you will have clarity. If you have clarity, you will have much better trades. But once you get the answer, try to use that. Do not forget, like once you're done, you do not practice it. If you do not, nobody can help you. And alert, we especially people who have started trading on last few years, they have mentality that yes, alerts will the easiest way to make them rich. That's not going to happen. So if you want to focus on learning. Yeah. Let me just share this thing. Yeah. So hi guys. Good evening. Let me just set up the chat. I already have many people on the live. Hi, Mr. Aroda. You did not call me back in the evening. बड़े लोग हो गए. So this is the sheet which I prepared. This is the sheet which I, come on, options flow. So this is the sheet which I prepared from the data which I used from Blackbox. And hi Suraj, hi Mitchell. You were in Tesla, that's good. It's okay, Rajbhai, I'll call you later. So what I did was I extracted this data. Again, anybody who wants to use Blackbox, they can reach out to Blackbox. I use it for certain purpose on my end. So what I did was I created a pivot table for it, wherein I had all these options where there was either a ask above the price or ask below the price, and they were for magenta, meaning the open interest was added in a multiple trade, and in yellow, the open interest added in a single trade. So these were the things which came out of that. If you want to do all, you can do all, and the data will become more and more. This is another way if you want to do a check on your side regarding the data. Like for example, Apple. We had, let me just look at Apple. So we had these many expiries, 2023, 2022. This is the current month expiry. And here we had, if I bring it lower, these were the trades which happened below the bid. So this was the call. 152 call was sold below the bid at today. So if you double click that, that's the call. It's a 152 strike call. Spot was 144, 290K was there. And this was closed, meaning somebody has this position open and they closed it. Instead of looking at black box randomly, I have just made it a pivot so I can know if I have a stock where the number of options traded is huge, then I can use this information. And you can see the number of options will be highest in SPY, QQQ, and IWM, and then you will see in Tesla or Amazon. So if you find any unusual activity or anything like for example, UPST. So UPST today in 17.5 strike of November, we had 601 calls which were sold. So let's see. The strike was 70. It's US, sorry. I incorrectly picked it up. It's US. UPSC is this one. 17.5 put was bought 1100 volume and the open interest was 4671. So we need to check tomorrow whether this 461 gets 1100, like this gets added or reduced into this. If it is reduced, it means these were sold. Somebody actually had this position and they closed that position. If it gets added, it means somebody actually is expecting stock to go down to 17.5 by the end of November 11th. All right. So this is something which I wanted to share because black box gives you a huge amount of data, but if you want to do a simplification of that data by end of the day and prepare your mind for next day, you can use this. All right. So let's go to our daily analysis. It's 6, not 10. 5. Thank you, CN. 6. Okay, and this is 10.6. All right, so let's start our analysis. Let's run the scanner. Inside day, we have inside day on WFC not interested, LMT, Shop, Square, Rivian, Twilio. All right, so not significant. So let's look at our last sheet, which we discussed. So our target was 3800, 3740, which was the 12 EMA last time. Now the 12 EMA has moved to 3760. So 3760, 3780 will become a good support. 3800 was the target which we achieved. Now we have to look forward on the next side. Triple Q did 284, almost there. NQ did 11650. To the point, Apple is struggling around 145, 146. It has to test 150 for making head and shoulders. AMD did 69. The 12 EMA test. Amazon did 122, 123 yesterday. Twilio did 77. CRM did 156. ENPH, I was recommending this for 220. It made 248. Now, if you want to use it, not use it, it's a choice, but this was there. HC did 113. Walmart, I did not remember. DDoc did 96. Microsoft did 250. Netflix didn't work out. Nvidia did 133. Snow did 184. Tesla came to 233, 228. So all of this works. Now, condition is, can you hold your emotions? Can you enter at the right time? Can you exit at the right time? The major problem which we all have, we want to cover our losses in one day or one trade. And as a result, we put more and more money into our trades, thinking that, yes, if this trade works out, it's going to give us very much the return which we have lost. It may, but probability is it will not do that. So first of all, have confidence in your system, have confidence in your levels, and then start with one lot or two lot. Once you have a couple of trades where you are positive, then having the confidence which you attained during those trades, increase the size. Do not start with 10, 20, 30 lots. Start with one or two lots. Run through the process that, yes, I have to wait. You do not have to trade all the time. You have to wait for the right level. Let the level come to you, and then you enter into the boat. And once you're in the boat, if you're trying to buy a price which is good, you will end up selling at a much better price. So this is simple trading. If you keep on doing, I want to look at Twitter, I want to watch a CNBC, I want to see who's doing this alert service, I want to do it is not going to help, and you will end up losing. If you want to be successful, focus and patience is required. Let the trade come to you. If you have missed the trade, it's all right. Every day there are millions of opportunities. Just pick one. Define your goal. Once you achieve that goal, sit down. No need to trade. Because with my own experience, if you made 5,000, you will trade extra, you will end up giving 5,000 back 100%. So if you have made 5,000, wait for it, next day cash it out, start again. That's it. If you follow this simple step, you will be successful. Slow, steady gains will always accumulate, give you confidence, give more trust in your levels. And once you have more trust and confidence, you will do much, much better in the trading. These are the few things which I want to emphasize before starting the analysis for tonight. Uh, Rockstar Shisha, do we know it's bought or sold? I just I clarified that you need to see the open interest and the price of the option going up or down. So again, if you join late and then you're not able to understand, go back 2 minutes and then see. If you're still not able to have a clarity, then let me know. Chirag, it's a sad story. You are still stuck on the same thing. If it executes on bid or sell, it is never that case. Never ever. Try it 100% of the times, you will fail 100% of the times. You need to spend time on price, volume, equity volume, open interest. That's tell you whether it is a buy or sell. All right, so let's start our analysis for today. So last time we discussed about ES and we wanted to see the ES. And if you see, we bounced right from the long-term trend line, 35.85. It made the 35.71 low. It is bouncing towards the 12 and 34 EMA. I think that will be a very difficult area for it to cross 38, 3900, 39.25 roughly, this dark red line. If it does, we can actually go to 4300 because you remember I was I have no issues testing this area 39.25. My internet connection is unstable. That's weird. So this is a breakout zone. On the downside, I will only go short if I lose 37.70 now. I'm not going to do any short below this region. So I am positive. I want to buy above 38.20, which is today's high. My stop loss is 3800 and my target is 38. 38.75 if I give it right. 38.75, that's 2% higher. There's one more level in between 38.55. That was the previous resistance, but I'm including that. And then 39.25, which is this line. I still think we have legs for this. If we, W is in making. If 38.20 breaks, we can have good rally. On the short side, I will only sell this. As I said, my sell will come if I lose 37.70. If I lose 37.70, only then. And my stop loss will be 37.80, which it held. And in the morning, it was finding resistance. My targets will be 37.35, which is like today's low, 37.35. And if that is lost, it comes around 37.10. Now, sell and rise market for time now is gone. Triple Q, is positive. Triple Q is testing 283, 284 area perfectly, which is the bounce from 23.6 Fibonacci. Let it come over 283, 284. I really want to buy. This was our target. Let's buy above 284 now. Stop loss will be 280. A big stop loss, but it is what it is. Target is 287 and 290. Regain above 23.6 Fib can bring strength. On the short side, again, I will sell below only 280 and below. Stop loss will be 284 because that's the level. And then the target will be 274.50. I doubt we go below this for now, but anything can change. But these are the two targets for me. Level, there's no gap as such, and it's also making a W. So W in making. NQ. NQ was like 650. We are at 650 right there. We bounced right from 11,068. If you remember 2 days back, I said if we break above here, the next target is 11,650, which is right here in the sheet. It was 360 to 650, 300 points. That came into picture. Now 650 is a good support. Buy, that's 11,650 is a good stop loss. Where I want to buy? I want to buy somewhere here, 11,775. If it crosses 11,775, target is 11,965, which is the 34 EMA and 12,000. Sell, again, sell below 580, which is the 12 EMA. Stop loss is 11,650. Target is 11,360. Similar to Triple Q, I am just keeping this. Now, Apple is trying to bounce its bullish engulfing candle covering this, but I really wanted to regain this 12 EMA for a positive move. So Apple now from neutral to positive. Where I want to buy above the 12 EMA. So if it crosses 147.75, I'll be more than happy. My stop loss will be 145.60. And I have two areas to play, 150.71 and then the 34 EMA, 153. On the sell side for Apple, sell below 145.60. Stop loss 147.75. Targets are, this time if it loses 137, yes, for sure. And this may happen, like last time I was explaining that there's a potential head and shoulders coming up on Apple. For that, I wanted to come to this area or test at least 53. If it does, that's a prime area where you can buy puts for the earnings. You can easily see right here. The same way I did for ENPH. If you remember, I've been telling it and it broke down. Same thing, Apple, if it comes to 150, add puts. I will do the same thing, nothing else. Then in my list, I have AMD. AMD is trying. Yesterday, it came, tested the 12 EMA, could not break out. That's the power of 12 EMA. It came close, could not. So now I only want to jump into AMD if it breaks above the 12 EMA, which is 69. AMD buy above 69. So tomorrow, if we have a gap up after the numbers and everything, or gap down, we'll trade according to the levels. I prefer a gap up so that we can have these levels, and if these sustains, we can jump. Target is 74 itself. Stop loss in this case will be the low of this, which is 67. Amazon. Amazon is trying its best, but it's struggling below 23 point Fibonacci. Once it crosses 123, it has legs. Plus, it has gap to test. So 125 is potential target for Amazon now. 125 and then 130, 127. And you can see the same thing. I made good recommendation. Amazon 116 calls. They were at 1.7 and they were closed at 7 yesterday only. This was the consolidation which I was telling. I told you all to go long, and this is how it paid. Same thing we did for Baba. So whenever you have a consolidation, make sure you're ready for a move. This thing happened multiple times. This thing happened in BA. This thing happened in a couple of other stocks where we had massive moves. So these are the moves which you should be waiting or capturing, and then don't miss them. Let's go long above 121 or 122. Apple 122. Stop loss is 119.75. 125, 127. Yes. I'm not in a selling mood. Twilio. You see, it broke out of 34 EMA. Boom, it went up. It also has an inside day. It's inside week. If I convert this into a week, you will see consolidation, consolidation, and boom, the massive morning star on the weekly. This looks really promising. And we identified it. The moment it broke out, we identified it. It's a perfect morning star on daily as well as on a weekly. Thanks, Sonia. I will correct that at a later point. Now, what I want to do is I want to go long above 77, which is a 61.8 Fibonacci. So, Twilio positive, buy above 77, and 35 is the stop loss. And whenever you have 61, look out for 100, 83.56. 83.50 you can achieve. It's a 70% trade, inside week breakout. CRM. Same thing. CRM was looking for 149, which we talked. The moment it broke out, it's an inside day. It moved. There's a gap, which I will think it will hold. Now it just needs to break above 157 and it can hit 166. Look out for CRM. Same thing, consolidation. And the moment it captured 12 EMA, it is ready. So CRM is now inside day. Need a 34 EMA breakout. Positive. Where I want to go long, I want to go long about 34, 157.85. Target is 166.83. 172. These look big, but you will just see that they can be easily achieved. Stop loss is 154. This was a struggling zone for this in the morning. Why did you take Meta? Meta is not doing anything for me. Bridge buy. So I removed it. ITSI, this was in a blue trade. I highly recommended 2 days back. It was 102. Now it is 113. Bang, bang. Consolidation around this range. Boom. 109 close above. Have a gap. Long-term trend changing. Now it was a cup and handle on ITSI. I still think 119 and above it will rocket. But let's see on the earnings. Earnings, most likely, if they are fine, I will be long on ITSI on those earnings. If it loses this time, it might make an inverted head and shoulders and then continue. So keep an eye on it. See, it's a very, very good trade at 100, 105. Do not miss it. We had 3 opportunities for ITSI at 99, where I clearly recommended put that in the blue color so that it can be easily taken. We are making higher, high, high lows. It's a breakout. Still continue. 109 will be the stop loss. 116, 119 is the target. 116, 119. Where my stop loss is now 109.25. And respect the stop losses. If they are there for a reason. If they are big, if they are small, doesn't matter. If they are there for a reason. I am not doing ENPH because it has done its job. By near 110, 11, 13. So ENPH will replace it with something. But I'll show you the ENPH trade as well. I've been telling very clearly that the moment it will lose this area, the consolidation and a fake breakout, it is the simple test we have. This was the previous high last. It did a fake breakout on the higher side, could not sustain, closed below the high. Now, what happened next? Gap and down. And we've been waiting for this, that below 269, it has some serious downside, which was there. It is losing the trend line. There is no support here. It came. If it comes to 269, you can still sell it for 220. The gap needs to be filled. Walmart, it's the same area, so hardly any change. It went to 134 2 days back, 135 in fact. Now it's back in the same range. So Walmart is same thing. There's nothing changed on Walmart. D-Dog is it again? D-Dog has the consolidation, and you see what's happening with all these bottoming out stocks. They are consolidating and they are attaining 34 EMA. You can see ITSI, you can see Snow, you can see any of these stocks. They are trying to break out from here. There's no gap whatsoever. So if we move above this area, 104, 114 is the target for D-Dog. 104, 114. Breakout from Morningstar. And you can compare from last video that we talked about all of them or not. Because that will give you confidence that yes, whatever we are planning, it's working out really well. Microsoft. Consolidation, breakout. Where did it stuck? Right at 78.6 Fibonacci. 2 days in a row. Tick, tick. So if it crosses 252, I have confidence on Microsoft. If it fails here, loses this trend line, that's not going to be good. So I will add Microsoft above 252. I'm going to still keep it as neutral. My stop loss will be 250, 57. Target will be 257, 260. Netflix, I'm reducing it to neutral for now. It's one of the stocks which should have shown something. It's like cup and handle, but it's losing that momentum. So 230 is an area where if it loses 230 this time, I think it's going to go down. It has earnings next week. So we need to be very careful. Either it needs to break out above this trend line, which is right now at 248, well away, or it's done. It can go down significantly. So I'm going to add it. The same thing is weakening. 236, buy over 236, which it closed. And the 12 EMA is 34 EMA is 232. If it loses 232, sell it. Nvidia, same thing. Nvidia is beginning this area. 133 it came, which is this area. Now 137, 140 area is opening up for Nvidia. 137, buy above 133.50. Stop loss is 131. Then we have Snow. Snow did its job. Same thing. Consolidation, breakout. And during this consolidation, you see the market was making relatively newer lows. But these stocks were holding and not making new lows. That's how you can identify that, yes, this is a market and this is making a clear W. And you know what W does. Boom, 193 above, it will rocket. It will rocket to 245. Keep that in mind. Snow. So now the trend for Snow is positive. Holding this area, 181 is a good stop loss for Snow. 181. 50 is stop loss. 194 is a target area. For now, I'm just using 194. It was a last try and a breakout. A continuation. Buy above one, like today's high, 186.50. Let's keep next area. Next area is at like this high, 204. My favorite, Tesla, sell on rise as much as you can. It has lost that trend line. So there are gaps which needs to be filled on Tesla. It's M pattern which is in making. I will just sell this. If market rises, sell in this range, Tesla. That's my theme. I'm gonna reduce this line because I'm getting late for tonight. But that's about it. If you have any questions, FCX, I do not trade FCX as such. I don't even have. FCS is making a beer flag. It needs at least 34 to give me any kind of good move. Right now, it's like 10% from there. Let green line come over to the red line and do, but 34 is something which I want so that I can see confidence in FCX. So tomorrow job numbers, Mitchell, let's see the expectations from job numbers tomorrow. Where is economic calendar? Right here. So tomorrow. Tomorrow, 8:30. If jobless claims are higher, market will like it. So if job numbers are claimless level, claims are less, it's like less than 180, 190. We will lose the same way we did today. We'll test 3740, 3750 area, and then again come back. But jobless numbers needs to be higher. Amar, it's not a subscription. I do a learning group. I collect the money and I donate, but I want to value my time. That's why I put a fees of $25 on my learning group. That's it. It's not a subscription service. I'm trying this for a couple of months. If it works out good, otherwise I'm going to go back to free. Because people do not value my time and I have to push people to come and discuss. That's why I'm putting that money on the group. Anyone else has any other questions? Anybody on the Zoom call has any questions? I can answer you right now. You can raise your hands and I'll answer. No? Let me just share. Yes, Ian.
But can you check Baba once, because we have, I know we already played, right? So can you the Baba new levels?
Let me paste this on. And one thing, if you want to join the learning group, ping me on Twitter and I'll try to answer you. Baba. Baba was 81, 87 level. So 87 level wants to cross for us to give momentum. That's, if we can recapture this, that will be really, really good. That 34 EMA, we have missed it. So let it cross 87 and we'll jump on that. General Log, I did tell Oxy at 57. I don't know whether you remember or not. It came and tested right there. Perfect area to enter. And I still feel Oil will reach $120, $130. No matter what news comes out, it's still going to cross 120, 130 this year or early next year. And inflation is not going away. If you are in your mindset that yes, inflation is going away, no, inflation is not going away. Fed will do the tightening. So if you're thinking market is going to make new highs, no. At best, it can do is 4,300. That's best. I don't think so it's going to has that kind of new money to push it higher. 4,300 and that's it. So CN, the level for Baba is 87 and above. If you try to enter in between, you will only chop or enter around 82, 83 area where you have the 12 EMA. Anyone else has any other questions? Anything else, CN? No.
But one question, if you have, I know that you are taking that inside month and inside this thing to replace the list, right? So what is the logic there? Bhaji? I observed this 2 times. Previously also I observed that.
What? I didn't understand you.
Sorry, what I'm saying is sometimes when you're replacing with the new, replacing for new tickers, right? You are looking in your Excel sheet. You have a inside month list and inside weekly list,
This I made on Sunday.
right?
When I was
So
looking at whether there is a inside month, it means that yes, they are consolidating in a month for that range. So if there is a breakout potential, these are high potential.
okay, so then we look for the breakout of that to add them to the list. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Paji.
Julie MDB. MDB is let it cross 206 and then we can have a move to 227. Right now, MDB has already moved 15% from the lows. Let it have a closing above the 12 EMA. Anyone else? I just have 5 more minutes if somebody. We have 37 people on this. All you have anything? You have not spoken in a long time.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I'll need two I was looking at was Oracle and Chewy. I saw some
Chewy was looking good.
volume in Chewy today.
Yes, Chewy was looking good. And the problem with Chewy is, can it retain it? Because every time it moves and the moment you jump on it, it just gives back next day.
Yep.
Same thing happens. Goes up, next day it gives back. Goes up, next day it gives back. Goes up, next day it gives back. So let's see if it can continue. But yes, it's a good. The other one you were talking about is?
Was Oracle.
Oracle. Yes, Oracle is also gaining strength towards 69. It can test 69 with a 65 stop loss. And it has a morning star, which was right there. And it's bouncing 2 candles. I think third candle will be the last before it dips down.
Gotcha.
It's usually morning star. Because you look at this, this is the big move down, and then there's a good morning star. So if you were observing it, you should enter it right here in the morning star. Because usually it runs for 2 to 3 candles. So 2 candles are already in place and they are big movers. So keep an eye. If you want to short, 69 will be a perfect area to short.
Okay. Appreciate it.
No problems. Yes, Tarun.
Hey, Naval, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, Naval, can you quickly review TTD, Trade Desk? It's very close. Looks like it's consolidating. And I'm not sure if it is forming a flag.
It's roughly making inverted head and shoulders. Not a clean one. Like if I make it like this, the complete will become right here in this zone so that you can have this line. It's consolidating. Yes, it's a good trade, but you just need some more. Because dodgy, and dodgy is like so many dodges in the last few days. Something is coming on this. Not sure whether there's no gap, right? There's no gap on it. No, there's no gap. And it's holding. Like even the market was making newer lows. It is holding. Same thing. We can try TTD tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Consolidating, making higher highs, higher lows, and it's towards this trend. If it crosses 65, that will give us a good move.
Right, that's what I was thinking too. That it's very close to the 200 moving average also. 50 or 200, I think.
Okay, I don't have those on my screen, but yep. Yes, Ravi. Hello. You can speak, Ravi. You're unmuted. Yes, Adi.
Aji, Shopify, can you look? Is it a good price to accumulate for long term or no?
See, Shopify, last time we talked about was 27. It bounced. Same thing. It needs to cross this 34 EMA. If it does, it has a potential from then, from a technical point of view, because there's no resistance whatsoever after that. Or if you can add it around the gap 28, 29. If somehow market gives you an opportunity at 29, add it. It becomes an inverted head and shoulder at that time.
Okay, and that's a good price for long term?
See, I don't believe in long term.
Okay, yeah.
If you
Okay.
bought this stock last year, that was the end of your long-term portfolio.
Correct. And Paji, one last one, Unity, please, if you can.
Same thing, it needs to cross those 34 EMA, both of them.
Okay.
Because that will give them confidence that yes, now at least, because it has not regained 34 EMA since the end of last month, the beginning of last month.
So that is our gold standard. Once it crosses 34, then we have confidence that abhi aur upar jayega.
Yes.
Okay. ठीक है. Thank you, brother.
Anything else, Tarun?
No, that was all. Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. I'll post this information online and have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.